Hey guys, today is Wednesday, April the 15th, and what we're going to be doing the rest of this week is going over some of the concepts and reviewing these concepts from this assessment that you guys took back at the beginning of this 9 weeks. I have put these grades in Parent Portal. If you took the quiz or if you took the summative assessment, it will be in there. So some of us did not do as well on this, so that's why we are going to go ahead and go back over how to do all of these problems. I'm going to break it up into 3 days, so you'll do a little bit today, a little bit on Thursday, and a little bit on Friday. And each day you'll go in after you watch the video and you'll practice some questions that are similar to the ones that I went over. So today we're going to go over number 1 and number 2. I'm going to show you exactly how to do number 1 and number 2. We're going to graph them, and then you'll go into your Google Classroom. There will be a Google form for today. So it'll say Wednesday, April the 15th, and you'll go ahead and try the problems on there, and then I'll give you a grade for that, okay? All right, so this first problem, it says, first of all, the directions say convert to slope-intercept form. So converting something to slope-intercept form, that basically means you're going to take this equation right here and you're going to change it in to y equals mx plus b. Okay, so y equals mx plus b is slope-intercept form. All right, so I'm going to just take some scratch paper and show you guys how to do that really quick. So the equation started off 3x plus y equals 9. So before the break, or before we went on Learn From Home, you guys took this assessment. Before we took this assessment, you guys had about 2 weeks before that we went over all of these different concepts. So this concept was changing this equation, which is in standard form, into slope-intercept form, which basically means you need to get this y right here all by itself. So to get that y by itself, the first step is to subtract 3x. We want to take that 3x away from that positive 3x to get that 0, so that there is no x's left on that side. But if we subtract 3x from that side, we subtract 3x from this side. Okay, so hopefully this rings a bell and you guys kind of remember how to do this. So there's nothing left on that side now except the y. And then over here I have a negative 3x and I have a positive 9. And I just write it just like I would. Again, you're trying to get it into y equals mx plus b. So that's why I put the x part first. So you're basically just taking these two items that end up on the right side and basically just adding them together. Okay, so that's a positive 9, so that's why this is a positive 9. This was a negative 3x, so that's why this is a negative 3x. So then what you would have done here on your quiz, on your assessment that you took, is you would have written over here on the line this equation, y equals negative 3x plus 9. So that's what I'm going to write here. Y equals negative 3x plus 9. Okay, then it, excuse me, then it said to graph this. Okay, so some of us got the equation right, but we didn't get the graph right, or vice versa. You did the graph correct, but you messed up your equation. So to graph an equation in slope-intercept form, there are some videos on Google Classroom still on how to do this. This was actually, I think, the very first day of your Learn From Home was going and practicing graphing lines in slope-intercept form, and then there was even an interactive website where you guys got to go in there and look at how lines were graphed in slope-intercept form. So if I'm graphing this, y equals negative 3x plus 9, I need to write down what my b is. My b is positive 9, and my m is negative 3, which we know we write that negative 3 over 1. So if I'm graphing these two things, my y-intercept is 9, so I'm going to graph that on the y-axis, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that is where I put my point, my y-intercept. It's just where the line crosses the y-axis on the y-axis, which is 9. And then I have to graph my slope. My slope is negative 3 over 1. So remember guys, this is rise over run, and this is, I know this is a review from a while ago, but some of us are still not quite getting it. So rise is -3, so that means we go down 3. The run is 1, so we go right 1. So that's what I'm gonna do from here. I'm just gonna go down 1, 2, 3, over 1. And remember, we only really need 2 points to graph a line, but if you wanna continue that slope, you could have continued it all the way over here. And then you're just gonna connect your points and make the best line that you can. Without a ruler here, that's about the best I can do. Okay. All right. And then that was it for number 1. So you wrote the equation, y equals -3x plus 9, and then you graph the line. Okay. That one was a little bit easier than number 2. So we're gonna go ahead and tackle number 2 right now.